Today we are live from Dubai International, and today is the 16th of August 2026. For the last 1 week here in Dubai, we are suffering a high level of humidity. Anyway, we are not going anywhere. We are just going through our social media. As you know, I'm new on social media. I'm learning a lot, everything daily. I'm learning. So I'm waiting also your feedback, your question, your comments in the comment section. You can tell me, you can send me your feedback in the comments. Let me know from where you are watching our live and from where you are, which country, which city. We are here in Dubai. So for last many days we are suffering here with the high level of humidity because this is the peak of summer season here in Dubai. Peak of summer season here in Dubai. And everyone is going through the high temperatures daily and high humidity also in the night. But anyway, only few days, only 2 weeks on, more are difficult. Then the weather condition will be changed very fast. The what do you say? The temperature will reduce and the humidity will also reduce. So we are here in Dubai waiting for changing the weather condition very soon. So let us know from where you are calling, from where you are watching, which country or which city. People are watching our live from Asia, Africa, Middle East, Latin America, in Caribbean, Latin, South America, and all the regions of the world. So you can send me your information or feedback. So we are going to read some news from Khaleej Times feed our live. So Khaleej Times official newspaper from Dubai and UAE. It says that UAE, Egypt, Qatar, and 5 other countries condemn Israel's rejection of Trump's plan on Gaza. The foreign ministers of the UAE, Qatar, Jordan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt condemn Israel's reported rejection of the roadmap for implementing US President Trump's comprehensive plan to end the conflict in Gaza, which was endorsed by UN Security Council Resolution 2803, as well as its opposition to the establishment of a Palestinian state. They said the position amount to a direct rejection of the plan, threaten its implementation, and undermine international efforts to achieve a just and lasting peace. The ministers said Israel now bears responsibility for obstructing efforts to bring peace to Gaza and the wider occupied Palestinian territory. The roadmap accepted by Palestinian factions follows intensive mediation efforts by Egypt, Qatar, Turkey, and the US, the High Representatives for Gaza, and the Board of Peace. It outlines steps including placing weapons under control, the withdrawal of Israeli forces, the deployment of an international stabilization force, the transfer of administrative authority to the National Committee for the Administration of Gaza, and the resection of the enclave. The ministers said Israel's rejection of the roadmap risks derailing the efforts led by Trump to end the war in Gaza and create the conditions for a lasting peace. Police Time is the official newspaper from Dubai and UAE. Let's see the local news from UAE. Full list of banned restricted items on Etihad Rail passenger trains. Domestic pets, including dogs and falcons, are permitted in an approved carrier with maximum dimension of 55 centimeter and 40 centimeter and 23 centimeter. Etihad Rail, the country's landmark transport project, has opened new ways of travel for passengers, reducing long hours of driving under traffic to a scenic train journey. The inaugural Fujairah Abu Dhabi route was flagged off on June 30 as an increasing number of UAE residents opt for this mode of transport, and with more stations set to open shortly. It is essential to know what can be carried on Etihad Rail and what items are banned. Prohibited items: explosive materials including fireworks, ammunition. Number 2 is flammable and hazardous substances including gasoline, paint thinners, compressed gases including pressurized gas cylinders, and aerosol canisters and other materials. Number 3 is weapons. Firearms, knives, and other weapons are prohibited unless carried by authorized personnel, for instance, law enforcement. Number 4 is illegal drugs. Number 5 is chemical and biological hazards. Number 6 is large and disruptive items of all kinds. Oversized luggage or items that cannot fit the luggage area or that obstruct aisles or exits. This includes large luggage, boxes, musical instruments, and sports equipment, including surfboards, paddle, skis, snowboards, golf clubs. Large and disruptive items of all kinds, oversized luggage, or items that cannot fit the luggage area or that obstruct exit or exit. This includes large luggage, boxes, musical instruments, and sports equipment, including surfboard, paddles, skis, snowboards, golf clubs, and other bulky sports equipment or bags. Number 7 is unsecured items. Anything that cannot be safely stored or secured within the train's designated storage area, including plants. Number 8 is trade items. Items whose quantity and or packaging demonstrate that such items should have been transported by a specialized professional. Number 9 is customs banned items, items prohibited by the customs authorities from entering. Number 10 is alcoholic beverages. Carrying any type of alcoholic beverage is strictly prohibited, regardless of whether it is sealed or legally purchased. Smoking devices, electronic shisha, vaping devices, e-cigarettes, and any other electronic smoking apparatus are also prohibited. Offensive items. Items that could cause offense or discomfort to other passengers, such as those emitting strong odors, as well as any other item that may cause danger, disruption, or unreasonable distress. Number 13 is bicycles, scooters, including e-scooters, and personal means of transport, regardless of whether they can be folded or disassembled. The following items are restricted on Etihad Rail services with certain conditions for carrying them. Luggage. Passengers cannot bring more than the allowed luggage on board, regardless of ticket type. Each traveler may bring up to 2 items of luggage free of charge. Wheelchairs are allowed if the passenger has reserved a wheelchair space at the time of booking. Only electric wheelchairs with the integrated manufacturer installed batteries are permitted. Strollers or baby carriage are allowed if passenger is traveling with a child using the stroller and the stroller is easily foldable or can be disassembled. One stroller per child is accepted free of charge. Protective wrapping is recommended. Medical equipment such as oxygen tanks or other mobility aids is allowed if the passenger has booked wheelchair seating, provided the equipment fits within the allocated wheelchair seating area. Luggage and pet rules. Personal items like bag, laptop bag must fit under your seat. Maximum dimension for a carry-on bag are 55 cm height, 40 cm wide and 23 cm diagonal. Items must be stored in overhead luggage racks. Other than the two permitted items, additional baggage must be requested through the app, website, contact center or at a station. Domestic pets, including dogs and falcons, are permitted in an approved carrier with maximum dimensions of 55 cm, 40 and 23. The pet carrier replaces the standard carry-on luggage allowance. The pet carrier replaces the standard carry-on luggage allowances. Passengers may not travel with both a pet carrier and a separate carry-on bag. Pets must always remain inside the carrier and under passenger control. Trained and certified assistants dogs are permitted and must be booked in advance via the contact center. This is the local news from Etihad Rail Abu Dhabi to Fujairah. Next month is going to connect with Dubai and Sharjah also. So it's a huge project in the history of the Gulf, the Arab Peninsula. This is the first time national fast high-speed rail network is operational in UAE. It's a good news for the public. Iran offers $30,000 bounty for killing, capturing US. What the hell is this? Soldiers. US envoy Kushner and Hamas delegation in Egypt for Gaza plan talks. Donald Trump envoy and son-in-law Jared Kushner discussed the US leaders' plan for Gaza with Egyptian President Al-Fattah al-Sisi on Sunday, hours after Hamas chief Khalil Haya met with Cairo spymaster. Kushner and Al-Haya, both in the Mediterranean Sea of Al-Amin, held separate talks on the implementation of Trump's post-war plan for Gaza, which has largely been stalled since a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas was declared last October. Iran offers $30,000 bounty for killing and capturing US soldiers. Iran's military announced on Sunday that it was offering a bounty equivalent to $30,000 for killing or capturing US soldiers, with the reward doubled if carried out by a woman, according to AFRiCA. Army Chief Amir Hatami said the plan had been drawn up following the large number of requests to participate in the financial support, according to the Irna News. They are just doing nonsense. They are extremists anywhere in the world, they are doing nonsense. Extremists in India, RSS, BJP, they are doing nonsense. Extremists in Pakistan, Afghanistan, in the name of Islam, they are doing nonsense. Extremists in Iran, IRGC type, they are just doing nonsense. They have no common sense. They don't know politics, they don't know the world, they don't know what is humanity, they don't know what is how to rule the country, how to rule the world. They're just misusing. And the people are suffering due to the nonsense sitting on the high levels, extremists leading the country. That's why the people are suffering. A man watched helplessly as heavy machinery. Aftermath of Israeli strikes on Lebanon. A man watches helplessly as heavy machinery, first aid responders and local residents search through the rubble left by an Israeli airstrike in the southern Lebanese village of Deir Zarani on August 15. Lebanon said Israeli strikes on the south killed 9 people, including 3 children, on August 15. Israel is also extremist, Jewish extremist. So anyone It's either it's religious extremism or it's racial extremism. Everything is dangerous for the humanity, for the world. Ronaldo hints at retirement. Let's see this news. Finally, the time is coming for Ronaldo and Messi to retire because a new football star from Africa, from Spain, is emerging, Lamine Yamal. So I have in my new T-shirt I have the name of Lamine Yamal also. Anyway, the five-time Ballon winner was unable to add a World Cup title his list of honors. Was unable to add a World Cup title to his list of honors after Portugal fell short at this year's tournament. Cristiano Ronaldo has fueled speculation about his retirement plans after saying the upcoming year will probably be the last of his playing career. The 41-year-old Portugal captain is one of the most decorated players of all time, winning major trophies with Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, and current club Al Nassr since making his senior debut for the Sporting in 2002. So almost 24 years in sports. Ronaldo, a five-time Ballon winner, was unable to add a World Cup title to his list of honors after Portugal fell short at this year's tournament, leaving the sport's biggest prize absent from his trophy cabinet. This is probably my last year of football, and I want to leave a spectacular legacy, Ronaldo told Lifestyle magazine Vogue in an interview published on Sunday. The forward has scored 976 goals for club and country during a career spanning more than 2 decades. I have so many things to keep me busy that to tell you just one thing in hand. One thing is hard because football could leave a big hole. You have to fill your time in various ways, not just one, he said. And also have more fun, travel more, watch and play paddle, which I really like, and continue to enjoy what I have earned, and what we have earned. Because after all, it's been 25 years with a lot of sacrifice. Ronaldo. Automatic changing. The page is refreshing automatically. Ronaldo will continue playing for Saudi Pro League club Al Nassr this season as he closes in on the milestone of 1,000 career goals. Let's see the next news on Khalij Times. 21 illegal lobster traps seized in Fujairah. Endangered fish returned. Condemnations say Iran actions are a violation of UNSC resolution. UAE drivers can get black points reduced by driving safely on first school day. Sharjah police honor residents for reporting suspicious activity. Let's see this news from Sharjah. We already recorded almost 20 minutes now, and the remaining 40 minutes to close our live. Sharjah police urge residents not to confront or intervene in suspicious situations themselves and instead leave it to the authorities to handle. Sharjah police honored an Arab resident for his alertness and responsible cooperation with security authorities after he noticed suspicious behavior and reported to the police. His actions highlight the important role members of the community can play in supporting public safety. Sharjah police praised his awareness and calm response, noting that such vigilance can help authorities respond quickly to suspicious activities and prevent potential crimes. The police said the recognition reflects its appreciation for community members who take on active role in keeping their neighborhoods safe and stressed that security is a shared responsibility between authorities and the public. Sharjah police urge residents not to confront or intervene in suspicious situations themselves and instead leave it to the authorities to handle. The police also reminded residents to call 999 in emergency and 901 for non-emergency inquiries. This strong sense of community responsibility is reflected in Sharjah's high level of public safety and trust in law enforcement. In 2025, 99% of the residents said they felt safe in the Emirate, according to Sharjah Police. A survey by the Department of Statistics and Community Development also found that around 99% of the residents trusted police to maintain safety and stability across the Sharjah. So let's see, the next news is where the page is refreshing automatic, I don't know. Entry from Dirham 40, Dubai's Museum of Illusion closed in Al Seif after 8 years. Why? Dubai's Museum of Illusion closed after 8 years in Al Seif, residents nostalgic. Dubai's beloved Museum of Illusion has officially closed its doors, the museum announced on its social media. Located at historic Souk Al Seif area in Dubai, the museum said its chapter here has come to an end. The museum that originally opened on September 12, 2018 thanked its visitors and said it hoped to see them again after almost 8 years of entertaining visitors. Situated beside the Old Creek, it was part of the International Museum Illusions franchise that first started in Croatia. The museum featured over 60 visual and educational exhibits featuring holograms, stereograms, optical illusions, and immersive rooms that were designed to engage visitors of all ages. Residents reminisce mind-opening museum. The news of the closure quickly spread online with residents expressing their disappointment and hopes for a reopening in the future. Speaking to Police Times, Dubai resident said the museum was one of the first spots she visited after she moved to the city. I was fascinated by the whole experience. It was mind-opening. The fact that not everything you see is real made me think more about illusions and how the mind works. Among all the experience in the museum, I enjoyed the upside-down poster and the receiving mirrors the most. It's sad the place is closing for good, as I think it's quite different from usual Dubai attractions for children and adults. Another resident revealed how she really wanted to visit but now would not be able to. I have never been here, but my parents always promised to bring me once they got more money. Please stay a couple more weeks, said Gabriel Franco. Netizens also took to social media to react to the announcement. I visited it and love it. I said to see it close down. Sad to see it close down. Our comments flooded with parents hoping it would reopen again in another branch so their children could enjoy the fun educational experience. See you again. Where are you opening another branch? Museum ticket price where it was open. Okay, it's closed now. Kuwait authorities foil attempt to smuggle 2 kg of crystal meth. Oreo made with charcoal in unlicensed Egypt factory. What the hell? Oreo made with charcoal. Egypt bust unlicensed Oreo factory that uses charcoal instead of chocolate. What is going on? What's happening in Africa, in Cairo, in Egypt? They made it by charcoal, not the chocolate. Shocking food safety case has come to light in Egypt recently after authorities raided an unlicensed factory that was using expired ingredients and charcoal instead of chocolates in the production of the popular Oreo-style biscuits. The serious food safety violation was detected in a city called Kafr Shokar in Kulaba Governorate, which is located north of Cairo in the Nile Delta region. Photos that were captured during an inspection campaign and shared by the Government official page on Facebook unveiled bizarre details from inside the factory showing a lack of basic hygiene measures and boxes of Oreos on the floor. Authorities, Africa, Africa, Africa. Authorities acted quickly and seized. Authorities acted quickly and seized a 100 kg barrel of expired glucose, 3 cartons of expired butter weighing a total of 30 kg, a plastic barrel containing black coloring made from vegetable charcoal. In addition, 50 cartons of Oreo biscuits weighing 7 kg each, as well as 55 sacks of biscuits and used for reprocessing, with a total weight of 1100 kg were confiscated. The total amount of seized raw material was and products weighed approximately 1.8 tons. 1.8 tons. Besides the Oreo biscuit, the unlicensed manufacturing facility was producing ice cream. It was found to be using materials without invoices. Authorities confirmed that legal action was taken against the violator, with the case set to be referred to the relevant authorities for completion of the prescribed legal procedures. The Calabria governor stressed that intensive inspection campaigns targeting markets and food establishments would continue, adding that violations would be dealt with firmly and legal action would be taken against any establishment failing to comply with applicable requirements and regulations in order to protect consumers' rights and safeguard their health and safety. Following the raid, Hossam Abdel Fattah, governor of Calabria, directed the relevant authorities to carry out intensified inspections and food control campaigns across markets and food establishments throughout the governorate, with stricter monitoring the circulation of food, commodities, and products to safeguard public health and safety. Strong backlash online. After the news of the bust was shared, many Egyptians expressed their anger over the outrageous violations, with many calling for the death penalty for all those endangering the health of the millions of the consumers. On the internet, a strong backlash emerged. One ex-user commented by saying the owners and workers should have their breakfast, lunch, and dinner from this factory's productions. Another said these people have harmed a large portion of the population by causing illness, and they may have even caused some of them to die. I hope the state refers this case to a military court and that they receive swift death sentences, just as they have killed people, so they can serve as a deterrent to the others. Otherwise, this will happen again. Under Egypt's anti-fraud law, those convicted of producing or selling adulterated, spoiled, or expired food can face between 1 and 5 years in prison and have a fine of up to 30,000 Egyptian pounds or the value of the goods. Whichever is greater, the penalty rises to between 2 and 7 years if the food is deemed harmful to human health. So this is the sad news from Egypt. Next is, we already completed half an hour of recording. The remaining half an hour is balance. After that, we will close our live. Back to school in UAE, second-hand study tablets. Dubai's Museum of Illness closed after 8 years in Al Seif. So the same news. UAE weather tomorrow, chance of rainfall. Fujairah authority seized 21 illegal lobster traps. Rescue endangered fish. Fujairah Environment Authority has seized and confiscated 21 illegal lobster traps during a field campaign to monitor fishing practice and ensure compliance with regulations governing sustainable fishing. The campaign was conducted within 3 nautical miles of the Dibba Sea area near marine protected areas. Authorities found traps near the boundaries of the reserves as well as others inside protected areas. The number of endangered fish were also A number of endangered fish was also rescued during the operation. The specialized team immediately returned to the seized fish to the sea, while the confiscated traps were handed over to the Dibba Fujairah Fishermen Association in accordance with approved procedures. In the state enforcement action adds to Fujairah's ongoing crackdown on the illegal fishing and activities inside marine reserves. In November 25, authorities seized 6 fishing vessels operating illegally inside the Bird Island Reserve during a major enforcement campaign. The Fujairah Environment Authority Director Asila Al-Mualla earlier said the authorities' monitoring system includes daily oversight, scheduled field visits, and advanced surveillance technologies to enable the early detection of illegal activities. She stressed that fishing inside marine reserves is a serious environmental violation and can result in legal consequences. Protecting Fujairah's natural reserves remains a strategic priority, she noted, as these areas provide critical habitats for coral reefs, small fish, and rare or endangered species. Illegal or unregulated fishing in these zones disrupts food chains, reduces fish stock, and damages coral structures which serve as a natural shelter for the marine life. She also warned that fishing near diving sites puts divers and sea users at risk due to the possibility of entanglement in fishing lines or accidents involving high-speed boats. This poses a dual threat affecting both human safety and the marine environment. Strategic priority. What the hell? Strategic priority. Protecting reserves from indiscriminate fishing is essential for environment sustainability. The authorities stressed such measures allow fish population to recover and produce in safe habitats, ensure the long-term balance of marine ecosystem, and support food security. Moreover, these initiatives can contribute to the blue economy by encouraging ecotourism and sustainable diving practices that focus on observation rather than exploitation. Al-Mualla highlighted that continuous coordination with the relevant agencies is central to effective enforcement. She reiterated that the AFRiCA will not tolerate violations affecting the marine environment and urged fisheries and sea users to comply fully with environment regulations to preserve Fujairah's natural resources for future generations. The crackdown serves as a strong reminder that the Emirate is committed to safeguarding its unique marine biodiversity while balancing human activity with environmental protection. So this was the news from Fujairah. Let's see this news. UAE, Egypt, Qatar, and 5 other countries condemn Israel's rejection of Trump's plan on Gaza. Who is these countries? The foreign ministries of UAE, Qatar, Jordan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt condemn Israel's rejection of the roadmap for implementing US President Trump's comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict, endorsed by UN Security Council Resolution 2803, as well as its opposition to Palestinian statehood. They said the Israeli position threatens to derail the plan and undermine international efforts to achieve a just and lasting peace. They added that Israel would bear responsibility for obstructing efforts to end the war in Gaza and bring peace to the wider occupied Palestinian territory. The roadmap, accepted by Palestinian factions, followed months of mediation efforts by Egypt, Qatar, Turkey, US, the High Representatives for Gaza, and Board of Peace. It includes placing weapons under control alongside the withdrawal of Israeli forces, deploying an international stabilization force, transferring administrative authority to the National Committee for Administration of Gaza, and beginning the reconstruction of the enclave. The ministers warned that rejecting the roadmap risked derailing Trump's efforts to end the war and create the conditions for lasting peace. They called for continued and active U.S. involvement to ensure Israel complies with the commitments and arrangements out in the comprehensive plan and its roadmap. They also said Israel would bear full responsibility for any consequences arising from constitutional rejection and obstruction, delay, or non-compliance, including any deterioration in condition on the ground or disruption effort to end the war in Gaza. We already read this news. We already read this news, and now we see the next news. US envoy Kushner and Hamas delegation in Egypt for Gaza peace plan. We are just waiting your questions, your feedback, your recommendations, your appreciation or your condemnation. From which country you are watching, which city you are live, which area, are you in Africa, Middle East, Asia? Let us know in the comments. Keep supporting as we are in the beginning of our social media journey, and we have huge plans for social media. We have huge plans. Apple makes iPhone X 2018 MacBook Pro obsolete. What it means for users. UAE e-invoicing drive accelerates digital shift. UAE bank deposits rise as credit grows, dirham 24.7. Okay, this is exit of India's Tata chairman fuels concern over power of controlling. What is this? Anyway, let's see some news from the Gulf News. Gulf News is also official newspaper from Dubai and UAE. Trump's 60-day Iran deadline expires. The war gas on. Trump is always doing nonsense. Saudi Arabia urges Jazan residents to follow guidance. State of Hormuz standoff, 3 vessels attacked in 72 hours. Iran nuclear fake travels from India via Israel to Iran nuclear fake travels from India via Israel to US. What is this? From India to Israel to US, how a fake Iran nuclear court went global. Fake. Saudi Arabia, let's see this news from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a huge country, very big territory, from east to west, north to south. So, I was in Saudi Arabia. I have traveled many areas. I have seen east, west, north, south. South is beautiful. In the south, Saudi Arabia is near the Yemen border, Oman border. It's called south of Saudi Arabia. It's really beautiful. ASiA region, very cool. High-rise mountains, very, very high mountains, and cooler environment, cool climate. So this the civil defense issues safety advisory. Jazan residents urged to follow guidance. It says Saudi Arabia General Directorate of Civil Defense said the danger has passed in Jazan province after the National Early Warning Platform issued an emergency warning. Authorities urged residents to continue following official civil defense instructions and avoid gathering in affected areas for filming. The danger has passed. Where is this? Civil defense advised people who receive emergency warning to remain calm and move to a safe place, preferably indoors and away from windows and glass. Those outdoors should enter the nearest building or seek shelter behind a solid barrier. People were also advised not to leave buildings until the danger has passed. Okay. So we all recorded more than 40 minutes and remaining only 20 minutes. Drivers who receive a warning should pull over away from bridge and high-rise buildings. Civil defense urged residents to avoid dangerous areas and follow updates through official channels. In an emergency, residents in Jazan and other regions outside Makkah, Medina, Riyadh, and the eastern province can call 998. So extremists in Yemen, Houthis, supported by Iran, they are doing nonsense. Everything is on the extreme level. It's nonsense. Flying from UAE to India, expect tighter airport checks. UAE and 7 nations issue joint Gaza peace plan statement. UAE and 7 nations issue joint statement on Gaza peace plan. The foreign ministers of UAE, Qatar, Jordan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Turkey, KSA, and Egypt condemned the declared Israeli rejection of the roadmap to completing the implementation of US President Trump's comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict, as endorsed by UN Security Council resolution, and the Israel rejection of Palestinian statehood. These positions amount to a direct repudiation of the comprehensive plan, jeopardize its implementation, and fundamentally undermine the collective efforts undertaken to achieve a just and lasting peace. Such rejection confirms that Israel now bears responsibility for obstructing efforts to bring peace in Gaza and the rest of the occupied Palestinian territory. Driving in Dubai? No, these Salik fines and rules. Cristiano Ronaldo dropped bombshell retirement statement. Wow. Finally, Cristiano Ronaldo and the Messi from Argentina has to retire because the new football star Lamine Yamal is rising now. He's also from Africa and now in Spain. From 1977, Asgar Furniture shapes UAE living. What is this? Pakistan's $2.5 billion rail upgrade targets 160 km/h trains. Let's see this news from Pakistan. Pakistan is racing to begin work on a $2.5 billion upgrade of one of its most critical railway corridors by January 2027. The project designed to allow trains to travel at speeds of up to 160 km/h and improve a route carrying almost all of the country's rail fleet. The first phase of the long-delayed Mainline 1 project will cover the 480 km Karachi-Rodi section, where new up and down tracks will be laid and fencing installed on both sides to prevent unauthorized access by people, animals, and vehicles. Where new up and down tracks will be laid and fencing installed on both sides to prevent unauthorized access by road by people, animals, and vehicles. The corridor carries 76% of Pakistan Railways passengers traffic and 98% of its fleet, making the upgrade crucial to the country's transport network and economy. We are trying our level best to launch this project as early as possible. The Prime Minister wants it commencement by January next year by all means, Railway Minister said. Why this section comes first? The Karachi Road stretch was selected because it is among the most problematic parts of Pakistan's aging railway network. Karachi Rodi and Rodi Multan are the most critical railway section where most derailments and accidents take place due to existing decaying track which is repaired off and at a huge cost. Pakistan Railway Commission. ML1 upgrade at a glance. First phase 480 km Karachi Road is Sakkar section. Target start January 27. Construction time 3 years. Train speed 160 km. Passenger traffic, freight, blah 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 blah. So many. What will the 2.5 billion project include? Indian soldier killed wife through her off-roof family. Sad news. Some long-distance relationships are messy and they can get tragically messier. During meetups, a couple found this out firsthand when the allegedly volatile husband, a border security force BSF soldier, returned home only to claim hours later that his wife had fallen off the roof of their home in Punjab, Bisharpur. The wife was taken to a hospital where she succumbed to injuries, reports NDTV. The couple, who had been married for 12 years before the fatal incident, had 2 children together. The woman's family have filed a police complaint against, alleging the soldier arrived home on August 13 where he assaulted his wife. They claimed that they were informed for injuries early the next morning and upon reaching hospital learned that she died. They said they also noticed several injuries on the woman's body. A father claimed that the soldier was a violent man who had been physically abusive over the course of their marriage, and the family alleged that the husband beat his wife to death and tried to claim the fall to divert attention himself. The case was registered against the soldier, his uncle and aunt, while the husband has been arrested. The other 2 remain on the land. Sad news from India. Saudi Arabia updated Hajj accommodation rules. What is this? Flying from? Dubai rolls out e-bike delivery service in 11 locations. E-bike delivery service? Okay, we get along great. Trump shares Kim Jong-un photo. Police honor man for reporting suspicious activity. The next is flying from Vizag. Your airport changed from August 17. What is this? Vizag. Dubai. Visakhapatnam aviation map changes dramatically from August 17 with the new airport taking over as the region's commercial passenger gateway. The familiar VTZ code stays, but the airport behind it changes from where to catch your flight to airport buses, fares and facilities. Here what passengers need to know. From 12 a.m. on August 17, scheduled commercial passenger flights to and from Visakhapatnam will operate from Alluri Sitaram Raju International Airport at Bhogapuram. The Vizian Gram district airlines are shifting their scheduled services from the existing Visakhapatnam INS Daga, so passengers should make sure head to Bhogapuram Airport. So airport is changing its location. New airport is open. Amman declares 75 million dirham interim dividend. Khurfakan port targets 10 centimeter container capacity. What is this? Dubai. Khurfakan port has expansion plans aimed at increasing its annual handling capacity to 5 million containers with a longer term ambition. Handling capacity to 5 million containers with a longer term ambition to reach 10 million according to the Sharjah Ports Customs and Business Authority. Located in the Gulf of Oman, Khurfakan port provides direct connectivity to international shipping routes and forms part of a wider network linking ports, logistic complexes, border crossings, transport networks, and trade corridors. Expansion plans are designed to increase the port's ability to serve growing cargo flows while strengthening its role on international shipping routes. Horfagan port is equipped with deep water berths and high efficiency ship to shore cranes capable of accommodating the world's largest container vessel. Its east coast location is connected with Sharjah's vital maritime network, which stretches to Khalid Port and Hamria Port on the Emirates' western coast. Connecting sea cargo with land routes. Sharjah's logistics network also includes complexes in Al Sajjah and Al Zad. Wow. Sharjah's logistics networks also includes complexes in Al Sajjah and Al Zad, together with the border crossings, road networks, and trade corridors that connect maritime cargo with inland distribution. The network supports cargo distribution and re-exports activity while providing additional routes for moving goods between ports and the regional markets. Cross-border trade and logistic corridors also connect the network with GCC markets, expanding the options available for regional cargo movements. The Sharjah Ports Customs and Free Zone Authority said the integrated system is intended to support smoother trade flows, strengthen supply chains resilience, and improve access to regional and global markets. Vital role in the UAE trade. Urfakan Port's planned capacity growth comes alongside the effort to strengthen connectivity between Sharjah's eastern and western coast and integrate the Emirates ports with the logistics and transport infrastructure. The broader network is designed to improve connections between maritime and land-based trade routes while supporting the UAE's position as a global trade and logistic hub. We are just 7 to 8 minutes away from closing our live. ICP UAE chapter holds e-invoicing bootcamp. Shah Rukh Khan, Ajay Devgan, Tiger Shroff, face pan, masala and raw. UAE couple steps up to rehome 50 abandoned cars. Cristiano Ronaldo drops a bombshell retirement statement. It's a very embarrassing moment for Australian cricket. How Bangladesh outplayed Australia in all phases. It's great news for Bangladesh today. Bangladesh batsman Shadman Islam and Mominul Haq shake hands with Australian players after hitting their team's winning run on the 4th day of their first cricket test match at Marara Stadium. Former Australian cricketers have described Australia's stunning 9-wicket defeat to Bangladesh in the first test in Darwin as an embarrassment moment for the team, with calls for changes to the batting lineup. Bangladesh produced one of the biggest upsets in the recent test cricket in Sunday, beating Australia by 9 wickets to register their first ever test victory on Australian soil. Former Australia captain Ricky Ponting believed the defeat highlights the need for Australia to begin regenerating its test side, something that he had called for at the end of last summer. This ends up being a very embarrassing defeat. I think it's inevitably they have to make change, Ponting said. I was on the record at the end of the last summer thinking what this was the ideal time to start to regenerate this team because the performance from some of the players. Ponting admitted that he has traditionally been reluctant to call for changes to a successful team, but felt there was enough evidence to suggest Australia needed to begin rebuilding. I'm the last one who wants to make change. As a captain or as a player, I wanted to keep the group together. It has to get to a bad point before I start saying you out to leave somebody out. But there had been enough evidence for by coming here to suggest that they were not going to lose anything or much at all, but by starting that regeneration, by maybe bringing in another weapons, by maybe Ponting was also surprised by the quality of Bangladesh performance, particularly the way their back attacks, pace attacks, spin bowling and batting stood up to Australia. I honestly didn't expect Bangladesh to play cricket this well. The Bangladesh team genuinely shocked me, Ricky Ponting said. The way they performed with their pace attack, spin bowling and batting was absolutely outstanding. They dominated Australia in every department and deserved won the match. This is truly a historic and incredible moment for Bangladesh cricket. Their pace attack is genuinely one of the best, just absolutely brilliant. So dominated key phases. Bangladesh's victory was not simply the result of Australia's mistakes. The visitors consistently put the hosts under pressure and dominated key phases of the match with both bat and ball. We had just 3 minutes more. Former Australia opener Matthew Hayden was equally stunned by the result and described it all as an embarrassing moment for Australian cricket. I never expected this kind of performance from Australia. It's a very embarrassing moment for Australian cricket. Full credit to Bangladesh. They played excellent cricket. The previous captain of the Australian cricket. Change is evident. Change is evident. Former Australia batter Mark Waugh believes changes could now be made to the team with Jack Weatherald among those under pressure. I think Weatherald's the one under the most pressure, and it would not surprise me if there were 2 changes Waugh said on. So this is from Australia. Bangladesh defeat Australia in the first cricket test. Could you soon pay the Dubai rent in 12 installments? Maybe. Everything is going to installments. So the next news is AFRiCA&ASiA some ways to spend your Emirates. So this is the Gulf news. Let's see some news from Dawn News. Kalibaf says Iran achieved true victory in Iran in war with US. Goods transporters postpone strike for 40 days. Goods transporters postpone strike for 40 days in broader national interest. MQM Pakistan says will be approaching other parties to set off grand national dialogue on new provinces. Naqvi comes to CDA chairman Islamabad IG defense as they draw flag over buggy video with colonial undertone. Crude oil pipeline burst in Karachi, DHFA's 2 laborers killed, 3 injured in Quetta in roadside ID blast. AJK Election Commission announced schedule for polling on reserve seats. Thousands await aid after deadly Indonesian quake. Farmers, helicopters help battle record Belgian wildfire. Not wildlife, wildfire. There's wildfires in Europe, in Belgium, in Spain, in France, in many other countries due to heat waves, high temperatures, because there are so many forests, trees in Europe, so it's catching fire due to the high level of temperatures, high temperatures. Anyway, now it's time to close our live. So thank you very much. Today is 16th of August. We completed our 1 hour recording. and see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much.